Yo, it's another day, another crawler. I was thinking about the word of wisdom and I meditated and I had another one that came to my mind because, I've been hanging out with a lot of small business owners, contractors, people that have been in business a long time and then people that are just getting in business. And, I've had to learn not to have fear when it comes to estimating jobs, and I just wanted to point out in my heart, don't be scared to charge what you're worth. So many people trying to get a deal. I get it, and the economy's kind of crazy, but don't be scared to charge what you're worth. I've seen people do this job right here for like $45 an hour. And I'm not going to disclose my rates, but I went a little higher than that. And I didn't even think twice. I just said, hey, this is the cost. I need to have this much to go under here. And this is an undesirable job. And there's a lot of people out there underbidding people, and I get it. But you can't be afraid to charge what you're worth. You know how many times I smacked myself on the face with something? And I was like, man, that's the thing I say to myself, man. I don't care what these people, I'm charging what I want for this job, and because some of these jobs you are harder than others and you pay the price, that's why don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. That's all I got to say. Like, I had a friend of mine, he's a plumber, he got into some chemicals in her house and his skin fried off, like where he had to have skin grafts because his skin got burnt up. And he was a guy that would nickel and dime his shit, you know what I mean? Like, not charge enough money, in my opinion. And was handing out deals, doing work for free. You can't do that because what happens when you're laid up and you have no work? You have no profit to live off of. So in the contractor world, you gotta charge enough to make profit to sustain you through the slower times. That's how I was able to get through COVID-19 and how I'm able to get through now. Because people look, oh man, you're expensive. You know what? I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth every penny, and I don't care what people think. Because when I'm laid up in the hospital with a broken leg, I broke my foot back in like 2019, and I had to ride around on crutches, hitting a crawl space in a cast. You know what I mean? Like, I worked a little bit that season, but I was able to charge what I was worth and make profit off my employees. And that's why I wasn't scared about charging what I was worth. So when you're on a job and you think it's worth this much money per hour, then you think, do I have overhead? You got to consider your overhead. You got to consider the whole picture. What happens when your truck breaks down? How are you going to fix it? What happens when your equipment breaks down? How are you going to fix it? If you're not making profit, you're not making money. That's all I got to say. You got to make profit. You might as well get out of business, dude. You're not in it to make money. You're in it to be a technician. You're trying to make money off of your work and survive. And then you got all that overhead. And at the end of the day, you just work to fix your truck. And that sucks, man. Sucks to just work to fix your truck. You know what I mean? No, I'm good. All right, you got my speech, but that's my word of the wisdom of the day. Charge what you're worth.